So that was really cool with the Umbrella Factory. And then we went to a very traditional Northern Thai restaurant. And Northern Thai food is really spicy and really sour, which sounds like something I really like. I love the spicy. My tummy can handle it. And we ate so much different kinds of food, and that's what got me just mixing all the food. Just my tummy said nope. And we tried all sorts of interesting food. There was, I think my favorite was there was like this pork stew that was pretty spicy. That was my favorite. And one of the few things that I liked. There were like 3 different soups, and I wasn't a big fan of any of them. The first one was pork, and I didn't like it because the pork was mushy. It was like tofu texture, and I just couldn't handle that. Although it had a good flavor, I actually ate the broth out of it and just like left the pork. And then another one, they were saying, oh, this is very, very special. It's a seasonal. It's a soup with seasonal vegetables. And for protein, it has ant eggs and larvae, which they insisted it didn't actually have ants in it, but there were like dead floating ants in it. And, they were saying, oh, this is a delicacy. This is something, we go out into the forest in the morning, we find these ants and ant larvae and stuff like that in dead trees. And, I was like, oh yeah, bugs, ants, that's cool. But then like when I tasted it, like it was slimy larva. Like it was, and it wasn't that it tasted bad. It tasted good. I love the noodle part. But like they also insisted, oh, you need to try it with just the broth and the ant eggs. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah. So I did, and it wasn't pleasant. And they were watching me, and they're like, so do you like it? And I'm like, oh, yeah, it's so good. And I'm taking another bite and like trying not to puke because I can't handle the texture. And then they wanted us to try, some of the people wanted to try frog, but they said, oh, it's very, very spicy. So I was prepared for this, and I took a bite, and the spicy just went straight from the back of my throat. And the frog, it was fine. Like the frog, it was very earthy tasting. It was interesting. They left the skin on. It's like a whole frog in there. And it hit the back of my throat, and I coughed, and it went up my nose. And when that happened, it was like a really bad domino effect because it went up my nose. I felt it in my sinuses, and that's when I started gagging because I couldn't breathe. And that's when everything was like, nope, I gotta come up right now. And so I caught, there were a few times I thought I could handle it. I was holding it in my mouth, and I swallowed it, and then nope, I had to get up and leave, and I threw up everything that I had eaten in the toilet. Oh, another really good food. I'm sorry, that's really a gross note. Like, oh, another one. They cook this whole fish where out on the market it looks terrifying. I took a picture of it because it's the whole fish. It's the face. It's like flash fried, and it looks really scary. And out on the market, I smelled it, and with the spice and being out all day in the sun, it smelled horrible. But it was really, really good, and it's one of those fish that the bones are so small that you can just chew most of them up. So it was really good. Anyways, everything came up. It was awful, and I felt so bad, and it was all up my nose, so I had to like, and then I'm like, trying to get it down and then out my mouth. It was just gross, and I did, and I came back, and they were like, are you okay? And I told them what happened. I didn't tell the host who paid for the meal, and they were like, oh, did you not like the food? And I was like, no, I did like the food. It was great. It was just all of it mixing together in my stomach was not a good thing. And once it got up my nose, got in my sinuses, and I couldn't breathe because I had food in my mouth. Nope, all bets were off. I was done. My body was said, nope, you need this out. And I felt so terrible. It was awful. But then we had dessert, and I got this thing called Lord Chong Tang Thai, I think was what it was called. And it's a sweet coconut milk with cantaloupe and muskmelon jelly pasta. Like angel hair pasta made out of jellied muskmelon. It was very good, and it looked like the official like dessert of Cthulhu, so that was cool. And then after that, we came back to the hotel, and I took a short nap. And some people wanted to go out a little bit tonight, and I decided to stay here and talk to you guys. So, yeah. They weren't going to do a lot of drinking. They said, oh, only a couple of drinks, but since tomorrow's St. Patrick's Day, I didn't want to drink it all tonight because we're going to have fun. It was really funny because at the university the other day, we asked the dean of like the college, if you had one weekend in Chiang Mai and you could only do one thing, what one thing would you do? She couldn't come up with an answer. Then one of the guys who was a doctoral professor said, oh, what I would do, I would go play night golf. And we were like, oh, okay, that sounds cool. Some of us were like, oh, that sounds kind of lame. Me. But then he was like, no, you have to play it drunk. If you don't play night mini golf drunk, you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. And then everyone was like, yeah, let's do it. So tomorrow night we're going to go karaokeing, and I'm probably not going to get too crazy because I want to talk back and talk to you guys, so I'm going to be lame. But we'll go out and we'll do a karaoke booth, and we'll play some golf, celebrate St. Patrick's Day in Thailand. It'll be really fun. So, but everyone went out tonight. And honestly, the main reason I went out tonight wasn't really because people would be drinking a little bit. That doesn't bother me, even though, like I said, I wouldn't want to drink it all tonight if I'm going to do stuff like that tomorrow. But the reason I didn't go out was because they wanted to go out and explore. So when I asked, hey, what time are you guys going to be back? They're like, what's time? They're like, we don't care. And I was like, I got 3 hours of sleep the night before. I really need to stay here and sleep. So they all went out without me because I'm a party pooper. And they don't mind. They don't actually mind, but they're more worried about like me missing out on experiences. And I'm like, I can always go back. And there's always someone that will go with me for stuff like that. So, I'm not worried. And I need to get in contact with the massage therapist, with Moon, and figure out a night that we can go to one of the clubs and like dance. So that'll be cool. I didn't want to commit to something that might have us out until 1, 2 in the morning. I just wanted to stay and sleep. So, if they would have said, oh yeah, we're going to go have a couple drinks, we're going to walk down this road, we're going to be home by midnight, I would have been like, heck yeah, I would have been gone. But because they were like, oh, I don't know, there were lots of places we wanted to explore. And I did go out, and I did do that one night. I walked around and we got totally lost. We ended up taking a taxi back and it was fine. But, I did do that where we just walked around town at night, and it's really cool because it's a totally different city at night. It's because it's always really busy in the day, and then at night it's usually only busy between like 10 and midnight, and then it gets just as busy as it is in the day. It's really weird. But some notes about the Thai city. So Thailand itself seems really dirty, at least here in Chiang Mai, and not because there's trash everywhere, because there's not a lot of litter. Thai people are very respectful, but they do like throw their trash out to the side of the road and then just kind of wait for someone to pick it up, because they don't have city services that clean the city. They don't have a city dump. They don't have anything like that. They don't have laws that require you to take your trash to a city dump, so sometimes it just piles up on the side. But it's nice and neat and in trash bags and piled. Like, it's not just strewn out everywhere. It's really weird because they have a lot of wild dogs and wild cats running around, and I've never seen any like trash bag torn open. So it kind of blows my mind. And then you'll see like rats running around and these huge cockroaches. Like, I kid you not, they're like this big. Running around. But so it seems dirty, but then you look at the streets, and every morning you see business owners are the ones who clean up the streets. They go out and they'll sweep. You always see someone sweeping, and then sometimes they'll actually like get down and scrub the sidewalk. So that was really interesting. And so the city isn't really dirty. It just seems dirtier to Americans because we have like public services and we don't think about doing those things. But the fact that, the people keep up the maintenance and that it's as clean as it is amazing. And Thai people are very clean. I keep sweating through shirts like every day. And so I'm showering like at least once every day, when usually I only shower every other day. So because I'm just a smelly American, and Thai people always just have no smell. Like, they're perfect. That was so nice. Anyway, that was my day of starting this shutdown. I might just fall asleep on you guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, but that was pretty much my day. It was pretty wonderful. I will talk to you guys again tomorrow, and hopefully, the